Have you ever wondered what living on either side of North America's border is like? The home of maple syrup and hockey? Canada versus the land of the American dream, the United States. In the next few minutes, we're going to uncover the amazing tale of life in two nations, the pros, the cons, and what it means to call them home. So buckle up as we tour these two great North American nations to find out the pros and cons of living in Canada versus the United States. Let's dive in. Canada, our magnificent northern neighbor, has been a favorite destination for many wishing to enjoy its stunning scenery and kind people. But is it all maple syrup and politeness? Not nearly. Let's break it down. First, let's look at Canada's cost of living. Canada has an excellent quality of life, but it comes at a price. Housing, food, and healthcare may be costly, particularly in big cities like Toronto and Vancouver. Yet, these locations provide top-notch IT, financial, and healthcare career prospects. According to the World Population Review, the cost of living in Canada as of 2021 was 18.7% more than in the United States, with housing being a critical factor in this differential. In locations like Vancouver, the average property price skyrocketed to over 1.5 million Canadian dollars, making it one of the most expensive cities to live in globally. The cost of living in Canada differs from region to region, and you'll find some affordable spots like Edmonton or Winnipeg. So it's vital to complete your homework before packing your things. Before going to the US, remember that every option has its trade-offs. Canada's cost of living can be expensive, but it's typically countered by its world-class healthcare and education systems and the spectacular beauty of its landscapes. Canada's healthcare system, frequently hailed as an example of universal healthcare, guarantees that necessary medical treatments are available to all citizens and permanent residents. In terms of education, Canada routinely rates well on a worldwide scale. The Times Higher Education World University Rankings ranked numerous Canadian institutions among the top 100 in the world. Additionally, the Canadian government spends considerably on research and innovation, drawing students and experts worldwide. The expense of living in Canada can raise a few eyebrows. Still, it's compensated by a solid healthcare system, superb education, and the ability to immerse oneself in one of the most gorgeous environments on Earth. Stay tuned as we examine additional facets of life in these two beautiful countries. Remember to press that like button and subscribe for more informative comparisons. America, the land of possibility and variety, how I love thee. Although you've heard of the American dream and seen it in movies, what does it really look like? The US is famous for having a flourishing work market and an inventive approach. It is a hub for global innovation and technology that attracts top talent worldwide. Silicon Valley, the cradle of tech giants like Apple, Amazon, and Google, originated in the 1970s, transforming the world forever. According to statistics, the United States is genuinely home to some of the best tech companies in the world, who annually produce billions of dollars in revenue and thousands of new job chances. The American dream generally incorporates financial success, and the U.S. provides competitive pay, particularly in industries like software development and banking. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the median annual income for software developers in 2020 was above $112,000, indicating the possibility for high earnings in the U.S. However, examining the other side of the coin is vital: taxes. The U.S. tax system is broad, with multiple federal, state, and municipal taxes. For instance, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017 made considerable improvements, including reduced corporate tax rates. But these complexities can be frightening, and organizing your finances correctly is vital. The United States has a progressive tax system, meaning the more you earn, the more significant the proportion of your income you pay in taxes. The highest federal income tax rate remains around 37%. However, this may vary dramatically based on your place of residence. Moreover, Although the US may provide lucrative work possibilities, it lacks some social safety nets in other nations. For instance, education expenditures may be high, with the average yearly tuition for a public four-year institution being over $10,000, making it necessary for families to plan and pursue scholarship alternatives. The tax law and the cost of living may be complicated to understand, so it's necessary to investigate extensively and contact a tax specialist to improve your financial condition. So, whose side of the border are you leaning toward? Canada's safety net or the American dream? We're getting there, but before we finish, remember to press that like button and subscribe if you enjoy this enlightening comparison. In Canada, the Canada Health Act declared healthcare a fundamental right in 1984. It formed the framework of a universal healthcare system backed by the government. In the US, the path towards healthcare reform was initiated by President Lyndon B. Johnson's signing of the Medicare law in 1965, providing health insurance for elderly residents and triggering a discussion that continues today. Fast forward to now, and the numbers speak volumes. Canada spends around 10% of its GDP on healthcare, whereas the United States contributes nearly 18%, making it one of the top healthcare spenders globally. But here's the kicker: healthcare outcomes. Life expectancy in Canada is around 82 years, whereas in the United States, it hovers around 77 years. Moreover, the infant mortality rate in Canada is significantly lower than in the US, highlighting the effectiveness of Canada's healthcare system in promoting overall well-being. Even with coverage, many Americans face high out-of-pocket medical treatment charges, resulting in millions of medical debt issues. In contrast, Canada's universal healthcare system means that the government usually covers essential medical procedures, offering peace of mind for its inhabitants. The Fraser Institute's 2021 research found that Canada's healthcare system placed 30th out of 44 nations. While the US offers cutting-edge medical equipment and quicker wait times for certain treatments, Canadians commend their system's accessibility and the absence of catastrophic medical bills. You should consider your healthcare needs carefully as you weigh the pros and cons of living in Canada versus the United States. The US delivers innovation and speedy access to care, but it comes at a price. Conversely, Canada offers a safety net for its inhabitants, guaranteeing that healthcare is a right, not a privilege. It's time to speak about what truly counts: quality of life. You're not simply migrating to a nation, you're adopting a lifestyle. In Canada, you'll enjoy a quality of life often rated among the greatest in the world. Canada's education system routinely ranks among the best performers internationally. The Program for International Student Assessment, PISA, frequently ranks Canadian students in the top 10 for reading, math, and science. Whether you are seeking a great elementary education for your children or contemplating pursuing further education, Canada provides a wealthy and well-respected educational environment. But what about the United States? Well, it's a place of variety and opportunity, and this diversity extends to lifestyle choices. In the US, quality of life may vary greatly depending on where you choose to reside. Major cities like New York and Los Angeles provide busy metropolitan lives with numerous entertainment alternatives, cultural events, and career prospects. The educational scene in the US is similarly diversified. The nation is home to some of the world's most prominent institutions, including Harvard, MIT, and Stanford. However, the expense of higher education in the US is considered excessive. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, the average yearly tuition and fees at public universities in the US was over $10,000 for in-state students and more than $25,000 for out-of-state students in the 2020 to 2021 academic year. As you can see, quality of life is a diverse notion, and both Canada and the United States provide distinct experiences. The choice ultimately boils down to your priorities and ideals. Whether you prefer the stability of universal healthcare and a sound school system in Canada, or the broad prospects and lively lifestyle of the US, it's necessary to consider the advantages and downsides carefully. Thanks for joining us today on this eye-opening adventure. Wherever you end up, we hope it's a location where you can prosper and discover your version of the American or Canadian dream. Before you leave, make sure to press that like button, share this video with your friends, and check out some related material on our channel to help you with your decision-making process.